Hello, Storytime friends, and welcome back. I am Miss Megan, and today's Storytime is about someone that some of you may have had visit your house already, or sometime soon you might, or maybe your older brothers or sisters have. The Tooth Fairy. Has the Tooth Fairy made a visit to your house yet? Have they? Oh, has she made a visit to your house yet? Huh? Do you have any wiggly teeth? Did you lose any teeth yet? If you haven't yet, you will someday soon. So, we are going to read some stories about the Tooth Fairy. And the first one is called How to Catch the Tooth Fairy. And this is written by Adam Wallace and illustrated by Andy Elkerton. And I've always wondered how to catch the Tooth Fairy. I didn't know that she flew around on a toothbrush. Did you know that? Oh, that's so cool. All is quiet. All is still. The clock shows 3:09. The bell goes off. I'll go to work, 'cause now's my time to shine. Up, she's waking up. Somebody's lost a tooth. I'm the Tooth Fairy. Yes, I am. And every single night, I collect 300,000 teeth while staying out of sight. Whoa, that's a lot of teeth. My goodness. My travels take me far and wide. My life is such a blast. But please don't try to catch me, for I'm really much too fast. At Nancy Caton's, I recall an important fairy rule. When you are taking someone's tooth, ew, watch out for their drool. Ew. Johnny Withers sets a trap. Uh-oh. He wants me in a box. I'll take his tooth, and then for fun, I'm gonna hide all of his socks. That trickster. Cotton Candy, love the stuff, but I won't try and eat it. Every trap that's set for me is sure to be defeated. Julie has a good idea. A trap that's made of floss. Like a spider web. I'll get her tooth, then leave a coin and pay her for her loss. As I fly to Taylor's bed, I notice something scary. Whoa. But once I've tied it all in knots, I'm feeling kind of merry. This trap is good. I'm quite impressed. It nearly did me in. But I've got golden fairy dust, and I'll never let you win. The ooey gooey catapult fires marshmallow yum. It doesn't catch me, but it does just slightly stick my bum. Oh boy. The lights are off in Sarah's room, and traps are everywhere. I'll need to do my very best to fly safely out of there. Now Sanjeev is creative. He's made a special cave. Am I no more? Is this the end? Oh, you better turn the page. Oh my goodness. Did she get out? Did she get out? Looks like it, huh? And then at last, I'm home again. The teeth are safe and sound. The kid who'll catch me in a trap has still yet to be found. Can you catch the Tooth Fairy? You think you could do it? Could you catch that Tooth Fairy? Oh, she looks like she is really sneaky and fast. She doesn't fall for any of those traps or tricks. All right. Let's see. I'm going to check to see if any of my teeth are wiggly. Okay. No. Nope. None of mine are wiggly. Are your teeth wiggly? I lost all my teeth already. I already got my visits from the tooth fairy, just like your mommy and daddy got their visits from the tooth fairy already. Now we're going to read about Anna and the tooth fairy. And this is written by Maureen Wright and illustrated by Anna Chernyshova. Let's see what happens with Anna. The tooth fairy will be visiting me soon, so I am making a present. Oh, that's nice. I asked Mom, what should the tooth fairy's dress look like? Pink and frilly like Sophie's, she says. Sophie is my baby sister. Baby sisters are okay, but Mom says Sophie is too little to play horsey with me. I don't know how to draw a magic wand, I say. Sophie waves her sparkly rattle. It's a little like Sophie's rattle, Mom says. I add a sparkly wand to my picture. Mom yawns, she says. I'm so tired. Sophie kept me up all night long. I wiggle my loose tooth. The tooth fairy stays up all night long too. She goes around the world collecting teeth and leaving money under the pillows. Dad comes home and I ride on his back. I pretend that he's a horse. How silly is that? Then he picks up Sophie. Did you get any teeth yet, baby girl? Dad says, look, Anna, your baby sister is flying. Tooth fairies have to learn how to fly too. I pick up my tooth fairy picture again. Sophie looks just like the tooth fairy. Mom said Sophie stays up all night. Dad asked her if she's gotten any teeth yet, and Sophie is taking flying lessons. My baby sister must be training to be a tooth fairy. Maybe Sophie is going to take my tooth when it falls out. I need to help her as much as I can so that she will be the best tooth fairy ever. The next day, I teach her about money. Tooth fairies have to know these things. Sophie likes my painting, so I let her paint along with me. I tell Sophie that tooth fairies have to learn to be very quiet so they can sneak around without anyone hearing them. Tooth fairies also like sparkly things. Tooth fairies have to get used to the dark. I gallop over to Sophie with a baby blanket and toss it over her head. Sophie kicks her little feet and laughs. Even though she can't play horsey, my baby sister is more fun than I thought. Before dinner, I ask Mom, can the tooth fairy leave her job to come play with me during the day? No, says Mom, she's too busy to do that. Oh no, that means Sophie's going to leave me when she starts to be a tooth fairy. The next day, I have an idea. I make sure that I don't lose my tooth. Then my little sister won't have to start her tooth fairy job. I'll try using a bandage to keep my tooth in place, but it doesn't stick. I use a pretty scarf to keep my mouth closed, but Sophie pulls it off. Now my tooth is even more wiggly. Oh no. Every time my tongue touches my tooth, I feel it wobble back and forth. I don't eat any pizza at dinner, even though it's my favorite food. Little horses have to eat too, says Dad. I shake my head and I stomp my foot like a horse. I keep my mouth shut when I put on my pajamas and grab Huckleberry. Mom comes in with Sophie and says, are you okay? You're awfully quiet. I say, mm-hmm. You do know that it doesn't hurt to lose a tooth, right? I finally open my mouth. I know that, but if I lose a tooth, then my little sister will have to go so far away. Sophie isn't going anywhere, says Mom. She'll always be your little sister. She will? Forever and ever, I say? Yes, says Mom, giving me a hug. You'll both be my girls forever. Hooray! I give my very loose tooth a good wiggle, and out it pops. This is wonderful, says Mom. I put my tooth under my pillow, and Mom sets my picture of the tooth fairy on the windowsill. Huckleberry and I stay very still and listen for the tooth fairy, but we don't hear a thing. In the morning, my tooth is gone, and there are quarters under my pillow. I run to find Sophie to make sure she hasn't flown away. I'm so happy to see her. I kick up my legs like a bucking bronco. I grin at her, and she smiles right back with her very first tooth. The end. I like that story. Did you like that story? Oh my goodness. That would really be very, 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 very tiring to be the tooth fairy. My goodness. Okay. I have one more story for you about this tooth fairy. Okay? And this one is called The Tooth Fairy Meets El Raton Perez. And this is by Renee Colato Lanez and illustrated by Tom Lintern. And this book is really cool because it has both English and Spanish words in it. So let's see how this goes. Miguelito wiggled and jiggled his loose tooth until one night it fell out. His tooth fell out. Yay! Mi diente, my tooth, he said, and put it under his pillow. Soon, Miguelito fell asleep. Meanwhile, in his cave, El Raton Perez rolled out his maps, practiced his lasso, and worked on his rocket ship. He looked at the moon and he licked his whiskers. Then he saw the moonbeam. Finally, the signal, he said, a new diente. Oh boy. Tap, 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 clap. Here is my tooth. Oh, what's that? Creep, 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 leap. Aquí está mi diente. Eek! A mouse! What? Uno, señorita bonita. Who are you? The tooth fairy asked. I am El Raton Perez, he said, bowing. I collect lost teeth from niños around the world. The tooth fairy smiled, shaking her wand. I am the tooth fairy, and here in the United States, I collect children's teeth. She tugged at the tooth. No, 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 said El Raton Perez, tugging back. This is Miguelito's house, and I collected his papa's, mama's, and his abuelita's teeth. Miguelito's tooth is mine. The tooth fairy grabbed the tooth from one side, and El Raton Perez grabbed it from the other. They pulled and pushed, and they pushed, and they pulled. Oh no, they were fighting over the tooth. Stop showing your whiskers in my face. Don't poke my nose with that funny stick. Whoosh, the tooth flew through the air. Oh no, the tooth. Ay, caramba, el diente. Oh no. Is it lost? Do you think it's lost? The tooth fairy flew to the closet. Where is my tooth? She hopped from hanger to hanger, lighting the way with her magic wand. Oh, do you see her wand there? El Raton Perez rushed to the floor below the dresser. He searched, sniffing from shoe to shoe. ¿Dónde está mi diente? He says, where is my tooth? He's got to smell those stinky sneakers. Suddenly, they saw something sparkling high on the bookshelf. You see it there? El Raton Perez jumped and pointed. Mi diente is up there. I will get it. He launched his lasso at the shelf, but the rope was too short. He tried again and again, but it was no use. Ay, caramba, I cannot reach mi diente, El Raton Perez said. Oh no, he can't reach it. The tooth will be mine, cheered the Tooth Fairy. She flew to the shelf and tried to push the books aside, but the books were too heavy. The space is too narrow for me. I will never reach my tooth, she said, flying back down to sit next to El Raton Perez. It is a beautiful tooth, the Tooth Fairy said, with tears rolling down her face. Es un bello diente, El Raton Perez agreed with tears in his whiskers. I can squeeze into small places, but I cannot crawl up that high. Wait a minute, the Tooth Fairy said. Let's rescue our tooth together. I'll carry you up. See, he said, then I'll crawl between the books. El Raton Perez carefully perched on the Tooth Fairy's shoulder. Hold on, she said. They flew up to the shelf together. I see ardiente, says El Raton Perez. He helped the Tooth Fairy push aside the books, and then he squeezed in and triumphantly pulled out the tooth. Hooray, said the Tooth Fairy. Si, viva, viva, cheered El Raton Perez. Let's share, El Diente, said El Raton Perez. I am using mis dientes to build a rocket ship so I can visit the moon made of cheese. You can come with me. And after our trip, I can use the teeth from the rocket ship to build a sparkling castle, said the Tooth Fairy. Yes, they shouted, dancing around the tooth. The following morning, Miguelito found 2 shiny coins under his pillow with a note that said, From your amigos forever, the Tooth Fairy and El Raton Perez. And what's really cool about this book is if you borrow it, you can hear all about the tradition of the Tooth Fairy and El Raton Perez and all kinds of facts. And there's even a glossary here to tell you what the Spanish words that we heard mean in English. So if you are interested, let me know and I can pull this book for you or any of the books that I read today, and you can definitely borrow them from the library. I hope that you guys have a wonderful day. I hope that all your teeth are in there secure, but if they're not and they come out and they're wiggly and they're loose, I hope you get a visit from the Tooth Fairy, and I hope you have a great time. I'll see you next time. Bye!